gotta get my she had me. See, look, man, when I'm putting the kids to sleep, man, I mess around and end up falling asleep too. So I had to like either set an alarm or just like try to keep an eye or do something to where I don't fall asleep because they be starting to get me tired because they be cuddling up and stuff. So it's all. But anyways,
you're taking a nap.
You said what?
He said you're something about taking a nap.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go in 3, 2. What? We back for another week of the Rick Jordy Podcast. I'm one half of your host, Jordy.
And I'm the other half of your host, Rick. Back for another one, another week, y'all.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
And we brought back a guest, Akiel. He's back in the building. Back in the
What's going on? Pleasure to be here. Again.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We had a double up. We had a double up. I missed the episode.
Some few more questions to ask. And
yeah. So just for those that maybe didn't already see this see Akiel's episode. It was what a couple weeks ago, actually, 2 or 3 weeks ago. But Akiel is a superhero essentially, man. Like he travels the world and he saves the world, one country at a time. You know. So hey, just give us. I know you've done it before, but just give us a rundown on like the places that you went in your recent travels that you had went to. I don't want to overstep you, so yeah, we'll let Akiel explain that.
So I started in Greece, and this is the route I went: Greece to Albania, Montenegro, Hungary, then to Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Japan, Philippines, and then back to the States.
You said Japan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How long was you in Japan?
Like a little over 2 weeks.
Over 2 weeks. Okay. Because that's a place that I do want to go now. But one of the biggest questions that I had though, because like a lot of these countries where so I know obviously Greece is not, but so Japan, I'm not sure what is Thailand like Asian descent or like Asian. I'm not versed in this. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, so it's like, so what are the I guess they consider then the Asian countries in this?
Okay, so the first 4 were European. So Greece, Albania, Montenegro, Hungary, European. Okay. Asian, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Japan, Philippines.
Okay, all right. Philippines is considered Asia. I don't know why. I don't know what I thought the Philippines was.
Do you think Latin?
I probably thought it was Latin because I guess I don't know where it's at in relation to everything.
They were conquered by Spain, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Past the Caribbean, I have no clue. So, like, I know like all the Caribbean or Caribbean, however you want to pronounce it. I know a lot of those folks is like a lot of them were African descent. I know that from like slavery and all that, but like past that, I don't know what if it's what's considered, because what was it like? Russia throws me off, right? Because Russia's considered Europe, I guess, but I think looking on the map, it's like in Asia though, ain't it? Or like it's like so. I'm lost past that, so that's why I'm like, hey, don't get me lying. Like I don't want to get on here.
Go out there and find out for yourself.
Yeah.
Because we did do a whole look at the map and everything like that, figuring it out.
Because it was like Russia to China, and then it was like I got confused, and it just didn't look how I thought it was in my head. So, but okay, yeah, that's cool, man. So one of the questions I had was like, what's I know you probably answered it, but what was the inspiration behind like, okay, was it set that you were going to do 9 months? Like, hey, I'm taking this 9 months. It wasn't. So what was the inspiration behind like, all right, hey, I'm just going to go. Was it, I'm just going to get up and go and just however long I'm gone? Or is it like,
I've always wanted to travel and I loved videography. So I wanted to start a travel vlog. I had the opportunity to, so I sold all that I could. And I was like, let me start a travel vlog, see where I go, see where it takes me. Dive into other cultures, gain some wisdom, and gain some perspective.
I didn't know that you wanted to start a travel vlog. I thought that was a byproduct of your traveling, so it was kind of flip.
It was kind of hand in hand.
Hand in hand.
I have always wanted to travel, and I did travel a lot around the States. But I was just like, yeah, time to start a vlog.
Okay. Then when you all right, so how much of it was you when you're traveling? Because I mean, you really touched a broad span of countries and cultures. So how much of it was like you already had some type of knowledge of some of these places, like as far as like
Damn
culture
near
or
never.
language? None.
I said damn near never.
Oh, really?
And I didn't really do research on the places I went. I mean, before I go, I'd learn like hello, thank you, please, excuse me, sorry, stuff like that. But I would never really know where I was going.
Did you have to find somebody to like translate like bigger parts of conversation, or you just kind of like?
No, many people knew English. I'd
Okay.
say the countries that were the most difficult were Vietnam, Japan.
Japan? Really? Was it not? Is it not a lot of English speaking in Japan?
People just kind of stick to themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So maybe it was a lack of conversations too. But the young people that I did speak to that were local in Japan, they spoke English well.
Okay.
Oh no! But if you're like at a bar, sometimes their English is very spotty. They don't really have an incentive to learn unless they want to, engage in our culture and media or travel too. Yeah.
That's actually intriguing to me because that would have been one of the ones I thought would have had a more of an incentive to speak English, just because it seems like there's some crossover in culture a little bit, but just in like the consumption of like, I'm thinking about like, I don't know what parts, but I know some parts have consumed like hip hop, right? So like like even with like breakdancing or just rap or whatever, like they consume that part of our culture. So it would have made me think that there would have been some type of crossover a bit. But that's interesting though. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So what is there any moment that it's like, because you did this, you traveled alone, right?
Yeah.
Was there any moment where it's like, yo, what am I doing? Is this like what's it like to like build up that courage, or is it like, I guess I'm asking, like, is there any moment of like where there was like uncertainty or like apprehension, like of traveling by yourself into these places?
No.
Trusting
God, seeing wherever the wind blows. I really just talk to locals and get recommendations on where to go.
Mm-hmm.
I never had planned to go to Budva, Montenegro. Had an amazing time, or Budapest in Hungary. Where else? Cambodia. I never planned to go to Cambodia. I never really planned to go anywhere. I was just going to see where everything took me. But I just got different suggestions from people, and I was like, oh, I'll shoot it. I'll go.
Okay.
What it's like. Or I'll meet someone and be like, yo, we're going here. You wanna link up and go? I'm like, sure, I'm down.
Did you have to like research did you have to like research like the places to stay, or was that just like
that's easy? Some people just do it by the day. But like there's Hostel World.
Yeah.
Because I stay in hostels here and there, but then you can also just do Airbnb or Booking. Those are the three that I use the most.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was 1 to 3 weeks, I use Booking. Month or longer, I'd use Airbnb. And then hostels will just be if it's in like a little pocket of somewhere where I'm going to be for a while, and it's a very social place, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, hostels. The name scares me just because of the whole movie. Yeah.
I've only had like, I'd say 2 bad experiences. I don't even remember one of them really, so it must not have been that bad. But then one was some dude snoring was nasally, bro. It was disgusting. But that's the only bad time I had. It's always been chill.
Okay.
Hostels are amazing. I mean,
that's good.
Great way to meet a bunch of people. You get different plans. Like my friend Lillian, shout out Government with Gus. She's from Texas. I met her in Vietnam randomly because I left my Kindle and my GoPro on the bus. It fell out my bag. So I went all the way to the bus. And Hostel World, like I said, she wrote in there like, is anyone going to be in Da Nang going to Hoi An? And I was like, yeah, I got a car. You can ride with me. So she ended up being from Texas, and I leave for Texas in 2 weeks. And she's going to come down, meet the family, have a cookout.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, you meet so many people all around the world. I ran into people in Budapest and then ran into him again in Bangkok.
Oh wow.
People are traveling. Yeah.
People just on a journey, huh? That's dope.
Connections and links.
Yeah. It's like it's almost like it's like a fraternity, like a that's what it feels like, you know, like
everybody traveling.
Yeah,
folks.
You know, yeah, because
some homies might come over for winter to come snowboard and ski and stuff.
Yeah.
So Rick, you'll meet them. I don't think you don't snowboard, do you?
Nah. I want to learn, but I gotta do the little beginner stuff, the bunny slopes or whatever they call it.
Yeah, but then they're also inviting me to their country, like some in UK or Australia, Germany. So I got a spot to crash if I go out there too.
That's dope. That's dope. That's real dope. Yeah, because that's the part. That's one of the parts that I found real interesting. Was like, man, I wonder how easy or difficult is it to connect with people, and that answer there, as far as like, there's other people out there that are just like you, just traveling, like they're just seeing the world. So that's that's actually good to know, because it was kind of like, oh man, I mean, I don't know if I would have had the even prior to marriage, I don't think I would have been able to travel alone, not that distance.
You felt you would have been too isolated?
Yeah, because I feel like I can talk to people, but the difficulty I have is that I get real awkward talking to people if I can't find something to relate to. So like at work, right? Like if I would tend to sit back and listen to people talk first to see if they say anything that I can relate to, so that way I'll hold that in my memory for later. And then like if I end up in a position where I'm talking to them, I'll just try to pull from memory what I've heard them be interested in, and then if I have something that I do similar, then I'll bring it up. And that's how I connect with people.
This man's a manipulator.
That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. But that's my way of being able to talk to people, because like I'm not as like, I don't know. It like I said, if for people that know me, they might think that I like talking to people. Yeah, but I'm not. I adapt. I quickly just adjust to where my environment. So like I know a lot of random things. And so I can talk to a lot of random people, but I don't, outside of that, I wouldn't communicate.
Well, you're traveling, so it's easy. It's easy because everyone's from somewhere else. So you're just like, tell me something about your country. I'll tell you something about mine, or blah, blah, blah. It's always something new to talk about when you meet them. And honestly, it's mostly always a good vibe. Good to take time to yourself. But even when you're meeting new people, obviously they're going to put their best self forward. And everyone's traveling, so you're always getting people's best self when you meet them. So it's more upbeat all the time in the first place.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay, I can feel that. That makes sense.
Perspective. Yeah. It's like being at a resort. Everybody's all friendly and just jovial, there to have a good time.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the resort every week. So
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't like that.
Hey, how you doing today?
Yeah, because after a while, it gets annoying. Like the first time, like I just run into people. Like, okay, so that's what I mean. Like, I'm not as much of a people person as I may or may not give off. Right? Like, I like people for amount of time, but I have a battery that winds down really quick. And now that I got kids, my battery winds down even quicker. Like I'm an old iPhone, and I get tired. So like we went on a trip. We went to Dominican, and we kept running into the same couple over and over again on the resort. When we left the resort to go to excursion stuff, and they kept like interacting with us, and they're cool. They were great people. But I was just like, I was telling my wife, I'm like, yo, this is getting to be too much. Like I can't say hi every time and be like, hey, like I'm just trying to just enjoy this, because it's starting to feel weird. Like I'm like, all right, it's like being in a grocery store and you keep running to the same people over time. Like,
yeah,
big go over there. Like, man,
it was like when we were at the GoPro games, we kept running into this dude. Like everywhere we went, it would be him and his lady there. And after the second, third time, it's like, all right, get away. Like,
yeah.
It's rare that it happens while you're traveling. But I'd say when I was in Vietnam, the routes are usually the same. You're either going south to north or north to south.
Okay.
And there is this dude I met in the south going to north, and I ran into him in like 4 different cities.
Wow.
And like from south to north, that's like over 20 hours. So 4 different cities. And like one of the cities, was it the second one? It was the third city that I saw him in.
Yeah.
He walked into the same exact hostel room that I was in. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? What are you doing here, bro? What you got going on?
That's that stuff that'll start making me nervous, especially if I'm by myself. Because I'm like, bro, you following me? Like, I know I ain't following you. So I don't know that you're not following me. So now I'm nervous. And now I'm like, all right, now I gotta cut my trip short. Now I gotta get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like this is it's too weird, man. It's too big of a world for us to keep running into each other like that. You know?
No, it was cool.
Yeah, but no, that's good. That's good that it's just more good people, because like I said, movies, boy, they'll mess you up if you watch those first. That's
a lot of people that I talked to overseas hadn't heard of the movies. I was like, yeah,
that's good. That's good. That because it might change some people's views, you know, if they had heard of them. Because
they're not going for a hefty price like us Americans, so
getting snatched up.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's yeah. Now I did have that, and you don't have to answer this, but I do want to ask, how is it like dating life? Like, are you, because you're gone over it's basically the whole year, right? So is it like, was there like your dating life while traveling, was that still consistent? Like, were you able to still like go on dates, or like just experience, like, you know, just going out and hanging out, like, you know?
Yeah, I went on a couple of dates. It was mostly just hanging out and exploring the whole time as I was traveling. But I did meet some great women, so great in quality that I had to unlearn some things I learned from dating in America. To be honest, yeah.
Well, like what? Hold on, like what? All right. Hey, this is a free show. You can say what you want, or don't. Don't feel pressured. If you don't, you ain't got to.
I just mean, like, when they say something, they mean it. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to ask. You don't have to like really check again on anything. If we're going somewhere, we're going somewhere. You know, like, man, you're leading. They're following, so you better know how to lead. Yeah, it's just so different night and day when it comes to dating, when it comes to their families and like their culture and how they hold family so dearly. Yeah, just far different and way better.
Way better.
Yeah, and honestly, I went to maybe one of the 5 places that people say to go most. You know, I went to the Balkans, and then I went to Southeast Asia.
Those are the 2 hotspots.
Well, there, and then you have like the Colombia Brazilians.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're like American men.
You got it.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's some in Africa. Nevertheless, I went to 2 hotspots.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Southeast Asia. Yeah. I have heard that before. So then, would you think that, all right, with that kind of like, I guess, so to speak, eye-opening experience, as far as like?
Yeah, definitely. I come in here, I don't even look at anything. I mean, I'm not even looking. Like, at that point,
that's leading me to my next question.
Yeah.
Would you now with that experience, does that open you up to thinking like, oh man, I could actually be in a relationship with somebody from a different country? Or
I thought that long before I left, bro.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I saw the trajectory of how things in the States are moving, how divorce court is moving, how kids being taken away, how kids are being raised. No. A family, no. Wasn't happening. Not for me. I don't think I want to partake in such. So that being said, it's only foreign for me.
Only foreign. Okay.
Only foreign or God sent and God fearing.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah. God sent always. Always.
But I'm solid right now. So
no, yeah, for sure. I was curious about that because I remember I asked Rick about that. I'm like, man, he was gone a whole year. I can't imagine like you go a whole year, you know, at least going like a date or something. You know what I mean? Like, because that, I don't know, that I was just intrigued by what that's like in a while you're traveling throughout different cultures and stuff. So, okay. Now, now that you have made that expedition, so to speak, are you planning on another one? And if so, is it like back to the similar region, or are you trying to travel to a different continent, or like what does that look like?
Well, I got invited to a couple of trips. One of my boys is doing the Balkans again, but he's going to plenty of countries I haven't gone to yet, and that's next summer. He also offered me to go to Australia in the winter in December.
Okay.
Because that's where he's actually from.
Oh, wow, nice.
I got asked to go to Japan to snowboard in January. But for now, I'm just focused on traveling through the States and continue vlogging that. And then maybe like doing short trips to Mexico, Costa Rica, stuff like that. And then, during the winter breaks and the summer breaks, go out further out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that down to the outback, they got all them weird animals and stuff and bugs.
Yeah, but like I told him I want him to bring me to the outback, but it's nowhere near where he lives.
Okay. Well, seeing all kind of like different videos and stuff like that. They be showing them big old like spiders and stuff. I don't know if any of that stuff's real. I ain't never been.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's that stuff.
It's called a huntsman spider, but they just catch it. I guess they're not harmful at all. Yeah, I still said I'm good off of that. But
man, look. They be saying stuff like that ain't harmful. That's just like them people that be having them big old dogs saying, "Oh, you don't bite." All right. I ain't putting it past nothing, man. Anything that's that large is eating something. It's eating something.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to find out what. So, okay, that's fair. Is there are there any? Okay, so what were some of like the I guess historic or landmark spots that you went to that maybe are known or not so known? Maybe they were just something that you learned about yourself, that you got to visit and you just you found like fascinating or it sticks with you.
Okay. One is Monastiraki Square. That's the Parthenon, where the Parthenon is. That's basically the thing Greek culture for, like the pillars.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So that is one that's well known that I've been to. One that's pretty awesome in Vietnam in Moi Nhi, MUI space NE. There's like a old abandoned, I guess it's not like a landmark, but old abandoned water park.
Mm-hmm.
It has like a huge dragon there and everything. Maybe I could send you the clips.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, it was just a dope experience. Met up with people from Hostel World, and there's an app called Trip BFF where, like, if you're near proximity and stuff like that, you can message each other and make plans on share where other people are going and stuff. So all got together and went and visited a water park, an water park, a bunch of graffiti. It was awesome.
But it's not in function anymore though, is it? You said
no.
Okay. So it's just there. How long? Do you know how long it had been out?
I don't know. No clue.
No. That's dope. And it was called what?
Abandoned Water Park, Moi Nhi, MUINE.
MUNE.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in your vlog.
Yeah, that was actually fun. I was watching too. So
I can't really think of anywhere else right now. I mean, there's beautiful places in Siem Reap, like Angkor Wat, gigantic temple. I'm pretty sure it's one of the 7 wonders of the world.
This is it right here?
Yeah, I didn't. It was nice. It was cool and cloudy and dark and everything. At first, I was like, "What is this?"
Oh, that's dope. Listen, is it like inside? Like when you go inside it?
Yeah. A bunch of graffiti inside. You can there's a bunch of stairs. You can go up to the mouth and look out of it.
Oh no shit.
What?
Nice little
Sure. Yeah.
Click that.
We visited an abandoned water park in Hue, Vietnam. This place was super creepy. Legend has it was built on an ancient burial ground, and they actually pulled bodies.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Hold on,
we watched it.
I gotta find that video. Wait. There was
We visited an abandoned water park in Hue, Vietnam. This place was super creepy. Legend has it was built on an ancient burial ground, and they actually pulled bodies out of their graves to build it. The park was actually opened way before it was supposed to, as investors were hungry for their money. Shortly after, things started going wrong. and the park was just completely abandoned. Be sure to check our YouTube video to see some creepy stuff that happened to us when we were there. We visited.
That's where you went?
Creepy stuff.
I'm pretty sure it's clickbait.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's where we went.
Hey, that could be true.
Man said they used the bones to build the park.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that part, but they probably did. It probably was a burial ground at some point.
Yeah, maybe honestly.
We're learning, the more and more we do this show, man, we learn that there's a lot of places that ain't what they always seem. Rick, what was that place that we was talking about at that time? It was like they built like it was like an island or something like that where they built on top of old Native American Indian ground, but they built like a seal on top of it, and then they signed. They didn't, not the Declaration of Independence, but they signed some type of like. It was for the Federal Reserve. Remember when we did that Federal Reserve one?
I vaguely remember.
Yeah, they signed like some document in there, but it was like built on top of an Indian burial ground or something like that, and it was like directly on top. And they put like there was like an altar or something like that was there. They destroyed it, and they put like this seal in the middle of like the office that they signed it in or whatever. It was wild. Like so, obviously, we don't know for a fact that this stuff is true, but it doesn't seem too off especially for Americans, because we be doing disrespectful stuff all the time. So I mean, it ain't. It's not shocking.
Wild Wild West.
Yeah, I mean, the whole country was founded on some shocking stuff. So I mean, some wild stuff. So it's not off.
Yeah.
But speaking of, what we're going to get into today is to speak of buildings that are. Well, that building wasn't useless at one point. At one point, it was actually functioning. But these buildings are essentially useless. I mean, but they're built for whatever reason. It's called Folly. That's what the topic is Folly.
Folly Buildings or Folly Gardens. I think that's where it stemmed from.
Okay.
It was Folly Gardens, but we're looking at the buildings.
So I didn't even know the definition of that word. I'm gonna be honest. It's lack of good sense, foolishness. Okay.
What, folly?
Yeah. I've heard the word before. I didn't know what the word actually meant. I tried to use it in context, but let me see.
So basically hollow.
Yeah.
No substance.
This is the building constructed primarily for decoration, but suggesting through its appearance some other purpose, or of such extravagant appearance that it transcends the range of usual garden buildings. When I saw this picture, it made me think about like castles in general. Like, do y'all know like what like the purpose of the castles were?
Protect? I don't know.
Because they was because what I used to think that people lived there, but they don't really be living there. Like, it's like when it's like wartime or something like that, then they retreat to the castle or something, because like actually living in a castle was actually like disgusting. Because obviously there's no way of using the bath. I mean, there's no bathrooms and nothing like that, and it's dark and like it's cold.
They were disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of stone, and there's no real lighting, so they don't have windows because they don't want nobody shooting arrows through it when they're being under attack. So, what are your thoughts? What is the point of stuff like this? What do you think?
Well, the definition seemed of like the word said, foolishness. Building buildings in a garden just so it has a beautiful backdrop or something like that is basically decoration.
Yeah.
At that point, if there's no use for the building.
I think they use it as a spot to store stuff, put like bird feeders and like sit in there and read and things like that. I think they would just put outdoor stuff in there. I think it would be like a shed or a patio in our time.
But those are not useless though.
So a hangout shed?
It's not useless. Yeah, it's like a dang treehouse to them. In my opinion.
Because the way it sounds like it's like it has zero purpose, and it's just like you said, it's just used as a backdrop. But then it's like, but if it's like a shed, like for storage, then it does have some type of purpose, because then you can use it for storage.
I mean, it has an opening. It's not just like a structure. I mean, not
for
like
solid walls.
Yeah, like it has a door to go through.
Yeah, see, like even that, then it's like that makes it like, because I feel like there was like that's what makes me feel like there was some type of intent initially, and then it was just like, like somebody. It's like, all right, like when you young and you drawing a picture, and maybe like all your friends are getting together and y'all drawing pictures or something like that, and you're like, man, this is hard, and then you show everybody, and like, man, that's stupid, and then you be like, nah, I was just playing around. It was just, man, I was just being goofy, and I feel like that's what something happened with some of these builders. They're like, man, I'm about to be really unique and create something really cool, and then they're like, yeah, what's the point? And then you're like, oh yeah, nah, it was just, it looked good. It looked good
in my mind.
Yeah,
but who would pay to have it built then? Someone with money?
It would have to be, because some of this stuff looks like.
I'm about to look at them.
Yeah, it seems like all right. It obviously costs money. Somebody had to commission this.
Let's see what this one, the Broadway Tower in Worcestershire, England. Is that how you say that? Worcestershire.
I have no clue. So like,
I mean,
like AI.
That does look AI.
Yeah, look, they got the little balcony to open up their windows, smoke a cigarette, and have some coffee. They got silk robe on.
You think he has a bathroom in there?
I wanted to have a bathroom in there, bro. And if they don't, they probably just go outside somewhere.
Because it don't look like it has any plumbing.
Bro, you're thinking inside the box.
They don't have no plumbing, man.
We don't care about that. Do you see where you are? You have all that land and a beautiful castle. I'm not worried about plumbing. I'll work it out. I'll poop in a bag every day.
They do look unbothered. The people that are in
which one are you looking at?
I'm on Google, I think, and it's just the word, or the Broadway Tower.
Broadway Tower?
Yeah.
That was the first one, right?
Yeah, it was the first and second.
Where's it at? In
Worcestershire, England. You was on the Wikipedia page, right? It was that first picture. I clicked Broadway Tower.
I'm trying to see if I can get a video of it or something.
Okay, the Dunmore Pineapple, most bizarre building in Scotland.
So I'm gonna turn these volumes is up too high. So this is that Broadway Tower you talking about?
Yeah, that's Broadway Tower. Yep.
This kind of reminds me of some of these buildings like this right here. Kind of reminds me of. Have you ever been to, or have you ever seen? There was a video I saw of like the tiniest apartment in like, oh man, was it Japan?
Probably, but yeah, I've seen those videos.
And it's like flat. You know what I'm talking about? It's like it's just skinny, and it's just like on the corner, like of like
a slice of a building, literally.
Yeah. And that's what it kind of remind me of. And it's just like, but people actually live there, but it just goes straight up though. You know what I mean? So like that's I guess like it looks like somebody could live there. I mean, I don't know what the inside looks like.
I'm always just worried about bathrooms.
Well, I mean, yeah, bathrooms are important.
I would live there. That would be a pretty nice site.
Bathrooms have been important for like the last 120 years.
Hey.
Man, they were shitting on the side of the wall in castles. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
hey.
You could do a little better. You don't. If you're in a castle, don't mean you got a shit in it.
There was a video they said that like, all right, if the king will be at the top, and then like they just have like one like chute, and so like everybody just kind of lines up. So like if you're using the bathroom at the same time as somebody else, you could have a possibility of like poop landing on your head, because it just trickles down. So like if you're a peasant, you're gonna be pooping at the bottom, and then it's coming from the top down. It's so like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
It's not. I swear that cannot be the majority, bro.
I don't know. I didn't live in that time period. All I can go off of is what was being said. I don't know if it's true or not. That's for the viewers to go research and find out. I'm just relaying information I saw that I heard.
Okay.
I
see this place. It's called the Casino at Marino.
I saw a few places like these in Europe.
You did? Like
this one that he's looking at, Swallows now.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, sure.
See it? Oh,
nope.
Yeah. All right, here we are.
All right, there we go. Swallow.
So this is a fake castle, basically a decorative castle.
That's kind of hard, though. Is that on
a
cliff?
It's on a cliff.
Yeah, that's kind of hard.
They envisioned it to have a guest room, a foyer, stairway, and 2 bedrooms on 2 different levels within the tower, but that's not the case.
It doesn't have any rooms in.
No, the interior, the guest room is wooden panels. The walls of the rest of the rooms are stuccoed and painted.
Oh,
They don't have no.
that would have made a dope Airbnb at least.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. Look at that.
That's hard. See, man, like who wasting this money? That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, you could turn that to expensive Airbnb.
So I guess my question is, you can visit these places. You said you seen that place?
What? No.
Oh, I thought that was the place you saw.
No, places such as that.
Similar.
Oh, such as. That's important. Such as. Similar to. So I guess my question is then if you're visiting a place like that, you can or can't go inside of it then.
That's at your own discretion. If you see something like that in the States, I mean, I used to always go into like abandoned places or stuff like that. But
I would explore.
Overseas, I mean, it's a little different.
Yeah.
You're at a bigger risk getting booted from the country, all that jazz.
Locked up.
Yeah, getting booted from a country is completely different from being escorted off property.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, it's disrespect.
Yeah,
more than it's trespassing.
Now you're an American on the news that's trespassing on foreign soil.
Yeah, that's not a good look, especially right now.
So
there's this place here. It's called Casino at Marino in Dublin, Ireland. But I don't know. This here. It's like this looks like one of those things that you would see in like New Orleans.
No, this looks like one of those things that a rich person's buried inside.
That's
what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Like those
you saying okay.
Those whatever they're called. Like, yeah.
You seen Ozark?
I hadn't started it. I hadn't watched it all the way through though.
It's from Marty Bird.
They sure did. What about the Folly Buildings over here in the States?
In the States?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Maybe they're not as folly as the ones there, but we have fake buildings too.
United States Folly Buildings.
Yeah. Ours are covering up like substations. They're made to beautify the neighborhood and try to hide eyesores and shit like that.
Is this one of them? Type in Bishop Castle.
The castle in KC was a folly. The one that was broken down. No,
which one?
The one down off
for sale?
Yeah. Off
no, there used to be like a medical place or something like that. They used to use it was used as for medical treatment at some point.
Yeah. No.
This castle is crazy.
This is the man-made castle in Colorado.
Which one?
Bishop Castle.
It is?
Yeah.
Where is it at in Colorado though?
Out in let me see.
Roadside attraction, Central Colorado.
A little south, foothills, Pueblo, Colorado City. Yeah, I watched the whole YouTube video on this.
Oh, so y'all can go to this.
Mm-hmm. It's free too.
It is? Oh.
A dude's father started building it and he took over and finished. Pretty sure that was the story.
Oh.
And it's all done by hand.
All right. So here's the thing. Y'all are tasked with visiting this castle.
I ain't going.
Why not, man? This is what I'm saying. Look, this is how we can take the show to the next level. We got to visit some of these places.
You could take your daughters on a field trip to a castle, right? Girls love castles.
Nah, because they'll break stuff.
Wow, you're not gonna do it for the kids? That's crazy.
They'll break stuff.
Kid friendly.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, this definitely no little kid friendly.
Wait, when they get about 12, they get about 10, 14, pull up. We going to Bishop Castle.
Because we got another castle here that but it's haunted though, but it was actually like lived in.
Where?
It's on the Kansas side though. I forgot the name of that place. I think they sold it recently. Sawyer. Yeah, it's KCK. Sawyer Castle. Sawyer. SAUER Castle.
SAUER.
Yeah, but it was actually lived in though. It was actually lived in, but it's haunted.
Haunted? Why?
Because people died. Yeah, it was built in the 1800s.
Yeah, I never seen that.
Yeah, it's not too far. I think I've driven past it a few times. Not on purpose. I think I got lost.
You was looking for it.
No. I don't look for stuff like that. I don't look for stuff.
I went into a haunted one in New York once. And it was low-key like Folly style. because it had like a little walkway with a garden in front of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the garden wasn't tended to.
That you know what? It makes me think of that house. Have you ever heard of that about the house? It was the lady, her husband had invented some type of rifle back in the I think that during the Civil War. I want to say during the Civil War. It just has a bunch of like stairs that lead to nowhere.
In the forest?
It's in the US though, but it's like it's in a modern city.
Stairs going up or down?
They go to nowhere. Winchester. They go up, down, all around. They just don't they don't have like rooms. Like they just go to a wall. They just go to a wall.
I
know you trying to make a joke.
Of this. Yeah, no, I mean, I honestly want to know if they went up or down, because if they went up, it's a little less believable.
I mean, are any stairs where are they going, up or down? They go both directions.
Well, if you start at ground level and you went into the ground, that's down.
So it's this place. It's so I don't think she's showing it. She's not showing it. Where's the one that shows it actually? This
is like a Stephen King bit.
No, it's a real place. Like they built stairs, and it's like this don't show it that good. I can't find anyone that shows it that good. But if you type in Winchester Mansion and look it up, it's in like California somewhere. But basically the story behind that was like the lady's husband had created a rifle for the Civil War, right? And sold it. And they used it during the Civil War, and a lot of people died, obviously. So with that, they thought the house became haunted because of all the people that died from his rifle that he invented or whatever. And so to keep the ghosts from haunting the house, they started building. When he passed, she started building the house to where expanding it and making stairs go to like rooms, but then it'll go to like walls that didn't have a room. And like she was doing that because it was in hopes of the ghosts would get lost in the house and not actually haunt them or something like that.
Interesting.
So it was just
build some stairs.
You said what?
Dumbest reason to build stairs I ever heard.
Folly.
I did look it up. It's a big property. It is huge.
Yeah.
Just build on it.
I think it was like one of the large at the time. It was like the largest mansion, I think, when it was built. But then it's like still like one of the largest ones to this day. And yeah, that was. But it's mainly a lot of stairs that go nowhere.
Nope.
160 room Victorian mansion with 40 staircases, 13 bathrooms, and 2,000 doors.
Oh yeah, it sounded like she was a little loony.
I went to one in Massachusetts. I think it's Vanderbilt, or maybe it's either Vanderbilt or Roosevelt.
Mansion?
Wait, you could say mansion or castle, it doesn't matter. Either mansion works. There's a Theodore Roosevelt. Yeah. Oh, Theodore Roosevelt. Oh, there we go. I've been to this. That looks weird.
Yeah, that looks like a haunted house in the movie, pretty much. Hyde Park.
Poughkeepsie, New York. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
But it has a bunch of different like little Folly buildings built on it with nothing in it.
Oh, okay. I'll share my screen.
Poughkeepsie, New York. I found here randomly one day.
You see it?
Yeah. You said you went here?
Yeah, just randomly one day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. You're blowing it up.
I can't.
Nah, it's all good.
I've never been any of those. The first one you mentioned, the haunted one, did you have an encounter?
Yeah, we took a picture and there was like a shadow within the picture.
Pull the picture up.
Huh? I don't have it. This was like in 2010, 11, 12. Yeah, this was in New York. Okay.
It didn't happen if you ain't got the it didn't happen if you ain't got the proof. Nah, I don't mess with that type of stuff. Did you knowingly go because it was haunted?
No, I didn't even know it was haunted. I was hanging out with the boys and we were just meeting up with different groups of people, and then we ended up going there. And then the next place was some haunted graveyard where you sit in a chair and rocking it and say something 3 times, blah blah blah. Let's just say I didn't get out the car. Yeah.
Hey, y'all being friends makes a lot of sense now because Rick Rick was playing Pokemon Go in the cemetery. So this whole thing of going, I don't mess with cemeteries. If it ain't for like a.
But I also did not get out the car. We just drove through. So
driving through is still crazy. Like,
it is
for Pokemon Go.
Yeah, man.
Gotta catch them all, right?
Push it to the limit. Yeah.
Nah, man. We probably didn't even catch nothing.
I think I don't even know. Vaporeon, maybe Snorlax, maybe something like that was over there.
Probably caught like a Caterpie.
I can't remember. It was so long ago. What was that?
It wasn't that long ago.
Long enough. 9 years.
Nah. Hey, but then there's I don't know, we might have covered it before, but then there was like a guy that built a castle by himself, but they don't know how he did it. It's called Florida? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Coral Castle. Yeah, there was like I don't know,
or something.
Yeah, they said he was like able to make it levitate.
Oh, you're kidding! Hey, man, Scopely took over Pokemon Go. That's the biggest mistake ever. Anyways,
so this is inside of it. So he built all this
from coral.
I don't know what he used to build it. It wasn't coral. It's just called Coral Castle. But
from stone, all for his white coral.
Yeah. It says commonly mistaken believed to be made of coral. It's actually made of oolite.
Limestone. Oh, that makes sense. It's easy to chip and shape.
But this guy, he built it by himself, but then there was like a story of like some kid saying that he I guess he had like some walls up or something like that, or a fence up already or something. And like the kid said he saw like stones like levitating in the air. And then like people asked him if he needed help or something like that, but he always say he ain't need any help. And then they asked him how did he do it? And he was like, it's easy if you know how, or something like that. Like he was just very like cryptic about it. So it was just like, all right. But he wrote a book about how to, like, I think he wrote a book or something. But yeah, so yeah, that I remember hearing that story, but it serves no purpose. It's just like a monument though. It's just like, yeah, you go there, you see it, but you know, there's no function to it though. Coral Castle. But that it made me, I remember when I first heard about that made me ask the question about like, if I follow that trail of him doing that, could that explain how they built pyramids? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Because one of the things that I thought about, and like I said, I'm not versed in any of this stuff. So all I know is like surface level stuff. What I know is like, all right, the Earth has like a magnetic, whatever you call it, magnetic pull. Yeah. So could it have been possible that for stuff like that if you understood the magnetic pull, if you were able to use, all right, so you know how two magnets, if you put them together, they'll push away from each other. Is it possible to have used some type of technique to where you can keep, if he saw it levitate, to where you saw that they figured out, oh, we can use the magnetic force of the Earth to counteract and like have it levitate essentially, but really it's just reacting against each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're not levitating it. It's just the Earth doing its thing against.
Yeah.
And that's how they were able to move those stones. And much like that would have been how he was able to move those stones. If they saw it levitate, then that's what I thought maybe could have happened.
I think it has more to do with frequency, but I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know how that would work, but it can. I mean, I've seen other videos of that, how they thought that they would have moved those stones and that were a lot more practical and that actually would make sense. But I guess that's not something that we'll ever know in our lifetime. So that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Are you?
Yeah, for sure. Some things are better left mystery because it allows us to have creativity with it on how it was made or what it was for.
Yeah.
That's part of the fun in life, man, is that there's mystery to things. If you knew everything, if you knew everything, would it be fun? Like how many games and how many movies do you go back and watch over and over? You know, how many games are they your favorite movies?
No.
How many movies you can name off the top of your head that you watch more than 3 or 4 times?
I could literally name more than like 16.
More than 16? Oh, sheesh. Okay.
It's just all the Black Mirror. All the Black Mirror.
Oh, so you talking about like the series?
Bro, they're all different. They're all like an hour. Don't play me.
Yeah, it's a series though. It's a series. I'm talking about like a standalone like movie. Because I mean I go back and watch The Office.
But it's not the same. It's not chronological. Everyone is different, and the episodes from The Office are 30 minutes. And in chronological order, you're following a story. And
I guess I'm thinking like movie though, because it's still like a TV series.
They're garbage these days.
You said what?
They're garbage these days. I don't even watch them.
Right. So then like it's like, but I mean even still, that's what I mean. Like I'm not going back. There's a few movies that I will go back and watch just because I enjoy them. But
I go back and watch it when they're gonna make a terrible remake.
Oh no, it depends on what you mean. Because like I watch like Friday over and over. I like that. But that's one of my favorite movies. That or like Juice and like stuff like that, like black cinema. Yeah. But like a lot of the other movies, like I'm not watching it over again. Like especially like you said, like the newer ones that come out, I'm not watching it again. I'll watch it one time and that's it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it has that replay value, and a lot of the new shit is over 2 hours. I'm not sitting through a 2-hour movie multiple times. So
yeah, that's tough. Movies that are over 2 hours that hit 3 hours, they should have just made into a short series because I can't hold my attention span for that long to be.
I like them.
Watching. You like them?
Yeah, like when DiCaprio went on that little run with Wolf of Wall Street and then
all those.
What was it? Great Gatsby, and then what's it called? When he featured in Django. Django was a long movie too. And those were all close together, so that I was in.
Django's another movie that I've watched fully one time, and then I've seen it in pieces at somebody's house throughout life. You know, I don't even know if I watched Wolf on Wall Street once. It didn't have any. I was not going to watch it again. I'll say that. And then Great Gatsby, I watched that once only because I was intrigued by the story, and then because I just wanted to know what he did. And then once I figured it out, I got the conclusion. I was like, I don't care anymore. This was over with for me. So
yeah.
So it is really difficult for like a thriller or a mystery type movie where like once you learn what the mystery is, it's like
gotcha.
Like I don't
Pursuit of Happiness.
What's that?
Pursuit of Happiness was long. That's been more funny.
I have seen that more than once. So
I've seen that one time and it was tough.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of like based on true story movies though. Just because again I already know what's gonna happen.
Everything's gotta be a mystery with you.
Huh?
Everything's gotta be a mystery with you.
Well, I like the unknown, and then once I learn it, I have no interest in it anymore. So like if it continues to be unknown, like all right, there's a movie that I will go back and watch. What's that mug called? Shutter Island.
Yeah.
Just because the ending can be interpreted a few different ways. Mm-hmm. So it's not necessarily just one true ending. Like it's one ending, but it's not one way to interpret that ending. Yeah. So I can go back and watch them like, after I've watched it, got my own opinion, then I seen some reviews, then I can go back and be like, I see why they think that, you know. Mm-hmm. But a movie like I like Malcolm X. It's a long movie, but I already knew how it was going to end. I mean, you know, we know what happened to Malcolm X. We know what happened to Martin Luther. Like those are movies where you know what's going to happen at the end. It's not a mystery. I mean, I can look their life up, but I kind of like to have a new story, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you want to see how they are going to tell the story.
Yeah, for sure.
But all right.
Yeah.
Let's get into this wiki game before it gets too late.
Oh, yeah, because we got to get you out of here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We can start at Folly. Where do you want to end at, Akiel?
Tulip.
Tulip? All right, bet.
Wait. I just type in Folly first?
Yeah, go over here, Folly Wikipedia.
Oh, what? Tulip?
Yeah. And then we're going to go to Tulip.
Yeah, it'll look like this right here, just so everybody can see. It'll look like that. That'll be Tulip.
Tulip.
All right, so Folly.
Tulip
or Vallejos.
Yep. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Wiki. This is
It's
I know.
easy.
This is gonna be super easy.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, for sure.
I'm not doing too bad right now.
No, this is cool. Don't worry. Oh, it doesn't have a.
Oh shit. I thought it was. Damn it.
I clicked too far.
Yeah, I got a little confident.
Yeah, I did too. Shoot.
All right, let me take it back a step. Now I still have to find where I was at. The original. Shit. Fucked up.
Dang it. I was there too.
Obviously not.
You ain't there either.
I'm the worst at the game, right?
It's okay. Dang it. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Did I do it again? I did it again. Dude, chill out. I keep clicking the wrong one.
Now I'm scared to click shit. Oh, here we are.
Bro, who you telling? Because
Yo, I think I'm gonna win, bro.
you think so?
Yeah.
Shoot.
This is talking about how flowers reproduce and shit. Here, let me do this.
I think I'm about to get way off. Shoot.
Okay, here we are.
Oh, this should have been a lot easier than I think we made it.
Yeah, I mean, what is a folly? What is it surrounded by?
I know. I clicked that.
All right, I'm going back here.
Let's do this. Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm about to be on it.
You should have been on it. All right, here we are. Oh, here we are.
Come on. Oh, don't click that. Don't click that.
Okay. Boom.
No.
No, I don't have it. Yeah.
I'm about to say.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Nope.
What the hell did this just do? Huh?
Is this not? I know nothing about flowers.
It played me, bro. It did the thing where I click on one word and it takes you to a whole different page.
Yeah. Dang.
I have to go back to this shit.
What? I don't know where I'm at now. I think I done did something really wrong.
Oh, are you kidding? Oh, what? Why?
Because I'm I'm not way off, but I ain't where I was supposed to be. Let me go back to this.
I'm not a.
Oh, wait.
You better not. Man, you lose.
They ain't got the little cheat code up there.
What? I know. See y'all.
Yeah, I can't find none of those. Hey, man.
Oh.
I don't even worry.
Group of
Wait,
plants.
what? Is this not? Are you on? Wait, what is this?
Oh. I feel like it should be in here somewhere. Ain't tweaking.
That's what I was about to say. I couldn't find it.
Come
Yeah,
on,
got
God.
it.
This is ridiculous.
Dang it.
I was about to say.
All right, how'd you get there?
All right, tulip mania, flowering plant, growing season, annual plant, herbaceous herbaceous border, garden. This is where I messed up. Flowering plant, growing season, annual plant, flower garden, English landscape garden, folly.
That's why I kept getting stuck at. It was flowering plant. But yeah, good stuff, man.
That was should have been folly garden tulip.
Yeah,
easy.
I thought it would be that simple. It wasn't.
Yeah, so
That's some good stuff.
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Where were you at? I'm curious.
Akiel was on McDonald's.
Because he was confident.
No, because I was on Blossom and I had all these flowers blooming.
Oh, yeah. I clicked that too. It didn't see nothing.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. Garbage.
That's cool.
Good shit.
Yeah, good stuff. Akiel, you got anything to leave the people with, man?
Drink more water. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us again.
Drink more water. Yeah, thanks for joining us again. I appreciate you doubling back for us. So, spin the block.
Spin it.
Yeah, sir. Rick, you got anything for the people?
No. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification,
All that good
do the
stuff.
damn thing. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Keep running the numbers up. And once again, that's been another week of the Rick and Jordy Podcast. I'm one half of your host, Jordy.
And I'm the other half of your host, Rick.
We out of here. Peace.
Peace.